Oh, hi there. My name is Lynn Ismael. I am at the cottage today, and it's a nice day, even though it's November 24th. We are having an unusual weather pattern, but I'm taking this as an opportunity to plant the rest of the bulbs that I bought on sale. That's the thing with buying bulbs on sale, because you're taking a risk with A, getting the varieties you want, and B, having to be able to plant it on time before the ground freezes. So this is, I don't know the name of the game, but it's pretty much a horseshoe game. See, you just toss it. And the other one is all the way over there. It's a little box full of sand, and I thought this spot would be best for the blue pearl Dutch iris that I got. I have 4 bags, which equals to 60 bulbs of irises, and they like it dry, so I think it would be a good spot to plant it. So that's what I'm going to do now. So Dutch iris grow from about a foot to 2 feet tall. I'm not sure if that's just the foliage, because I know that the one blue Dutch iris that grew was close to 3 feet with the flowers. So maybe it's just 1 foot to 2 feet tall if we're talking about just the foliage. It can survive full to partial sun, and in the summer apparently it wants to be in full dry condition. I'm using my favorite Hori Hori knife. Just it's sharp, and it's just easy to get through these rocks that I forgot that I put in here. So now I have to dig them through. And I have a lot of what you call this? Creeping Charlie. They're considered a weed, and they are very persistent. But you know, they have an allelopathic effect on other weeds, so I don't mind it growing. It doesn't seem to be hurting my the other plants that I like to grow around this garden. I think that's deep enough, just at least for 1 bag. So that's the blue Dutch iris from Bessie's. It's nice and firm. Don't see any problems for now. And it's pretty much like an onion. More like shallots, actually. So, the one with the root, that's the bottom, and the pointy tip up. Oh, I forgot. Because this bulb will perennialize, right now, well, for the spring, it doesn't really need, oh, and this is the fertilizer I'm using. But anyway, for next spring, it doesn't really need fertilizer to grow for next spring. But oh, this one's shriveled. Okay, so maybe we don't need that one. But for it to perennialize, it'll need some nutrients to build up energy for the following year. So that's why I'm putting some fertilizer in here. I'm just gonna empty some soil on top, because I have to empty these pots anyway, so I can store it in the potting shed. So that should be all right. I find it's easy if you just dig a big hole and plant the bulbs all at the same time. I mean, you can do one at a time too, but it's already, I mean, it's not even, well, is it 4 o'clock? It's just before 4 o'clock. Can you see that? Come on, focus. Meh, never mind. It's just before 4 o'clock. You got the golden hour. That's why it's nice, and the light is nice around this time in the winter. So here you go. And don't have much of my blood meal anymore, but I like to sprinkle a little bit of blood meal where I plant. Yeah, not much at all, just to deter squirrels from digging up what I planted. Alright, next stop would be daffodils. I planted double duo, well, I haven't planted them yet, but I have the double duo daffodil blend from Bessie's, and it's a mix of 2 types of daffodils, replete and white lion. This is my south-facing bed. These are hardy hibiscus. They grow really well here, and I've already planted some fritillarias in this bed. So I figured if I plant some daffodils, it will combine well with the fritillaria, while the, what do you call this again? While the hardy hibiscus is in dormancy. They don't usually break dormancy until June. So having some spring bulbs in this bed will help make this look prettier, I think. So I have 15 bulbs. Still have yet to pull these ones, but I guess I can. These are geraniums that I plant aside from seed. Well, that should be easy, I guess. So I'll just plant around it. At least I'll know that way I won't be hitting any fritillarias. When you plant daffodil bulbs, or any bulbs anyway, they want you to plant it 2 to 3 times as deep. Well, we'll put a little bit there. That's not a little bit. Okay. Oh well. Extra for you. And I'll come back some other day to like snip the roots. Oh my god, some new growth. Doesn't want to die. Alright, I think that's good. This soil is pretty easy to dig. Last year I just shredded some leaves and, well, autumn leaves from my maple, and just pile around this and then cover it with mulch. And now it's nice and soft. Well, it's crumbly anyway. But every time I dig, there's always an earthworm, and it's nice and dark. So that tells me that it's a good soil. And my hardy hibiscus really likes that one too, because last year it was 3 feet tall, and this year there's some stems that reached maybe close to my height, and I'm 5'3". So I'm trying to dig as deep as what's needed. The deeper it is, the harder it is for the critters, such as, well, there's only one critter here that I'd have to deal with, which is the squirrel. And I think that's good enough. A little bit of bulb fertilizer. You can even see that. I'm a bad YouTuber. And fit it right there. Perfect. So just Cover it up. Two down, no, three down, 12 more to go. All right, so I got all my daffodil bulbs planted. It's now 10 minutes to 5, and we're losing a little bit of light. So I think I'm gonna plant the bluebells in here, because over on the other side of this maple tree are grape muscari, and some a little bit of anemones. I'm not sure if they come back. It would be nice if they do. I have some rosin geranium and 3 bleeding hearts, and some geranium sari from seed. So with the bluebells that I got, I have 30. They're a little bit on the soft side, so I'm not sure if they're going to be viable. Well, we'll try it anyway. And then, so I'll plant the bluebells here, and around closer to the border would be the hyacinths. So let's get that started. Not sure if they're supposed to be squishy. Oh, it's almost like a fritillaria, just a smaller. Maybe I shouldn't squeeze it too much. That's different. All right. Oop. Well, the other thing with planting under a maple tree, that's why I like the Hori Hori knife, is that you deal with roots. So I'm gonna like dig a hole whenever I don't feel any roots. It's gonna be tricky when it comes to the hyacinths, because they're quite big. But let's plant a few here. I might as well plant a big hole here and plant as much bluebells as much bluebells as I can. That's deep enough. Oops. That's deep enough. Bluebells perennialize as well, and they like to be in the part shade in the summer. That's why they're very good they're very good to be planted underneath the trees. You see that? Maybe. Let's try to focus here. So I guess it's good that you can see that there's something growing in there, because then I know when to focus. Okay, what am I saying? I guess it's good to see that there's a growth going on here, so I know where to put it on the ground. So this will be pointing up. Put it right there. And I'll plant the rest. So it is now 5:30. Is it 5:30? 5:32. And as you can see, it's dark. So I wasn't able to film any of my planting of the hyacinths. I'm hoping that I didn't disturb any of anemone corms that was in there. I'm pretty sure, if I'm going by my memory, if I trust my memory, I should be clear. But I managed to plant all the bluebells and all the 10 bulbs of hyacinths. And I'm hoping that, because I couldn't see very well, I was just gauging by feel, that I planted the hyacinths deep enough. So there you go. Hopefully all these bulbs that I planted this fall will grow into pretty blooms in the spring, and I should be able to show you what each variety looks like. Next task for me to do in the garden is to do the cleanup. Now I'm looking around the garden and some of them are still alive, which kind of makes it hard for me to just snip them off because, you know, they're kind of still alive. So anyway, I'll go through that with you next time. Anyway, if you want to watch my previous video on no-dig gardening, you can click on the video right here. And until next time, I'll see you around. Bye.